However, even with accommodations, she doesn't always get it right.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I poured orange juice on my cereal one time instead of milk because the bottle looked exactly the same.
Life at home may seem challenging, but imagine what it's like for Burgon leaving her house. The world isn't full of sticky dots that tell you all you need to know. Even crossing the street can require some assistance.
Good stuff.
Burgon can see with her fingers, but as she hears with her hands, she gives feeling the music a whole new meaning.
Yeah! Burgon, do you remember the Backstreet Boys?
I do.
Amid the chaos of a car revving with teen energy, Burgon quietly grips the side panel of the door as she finds the beat of the song. And fancy new creations even allow her to plug her iPod right into her cochlear implant.
On the back, right there on your thumb, you have a little brass piece. And that is a connection. You have a cable in your box that connects to this. And then on the other end is a jack that you plug into an iPod.
As if adapting to everyday life isn't hard enough, Burgon goes above and beyond what anyone says they expected of her. Burgon's mom remembers one such story the day Burgon tried out for the school play.
I went to pick her up one day and she said, "Did you know that tryouts are today, but you have to sing a solo?" And I said, "Oh, well." And all the other kids had practiced this song. And she said, "Why don't we just go down and listen to the auditions?" I said, "Okay." Walked in and there were maybe 150 kids sitting in this hall. We got to the very end and I'm getting my purse together and the teacher said, "Last call, anybody else?" All of a sudden I hear this cane click, click, click. She stands up and she said, "I'll go." I said, "Burgon, what are you doing? What are you doing?" And she said, "No regrets." And I am just hyperventilating. And they said, "Okay, what are you going to sing?" And it was like the Lord just said, "Okay, here it is, baby." And this is beautiful little angelic voice. And they were so strict about clapping. And when she finished, everyone, including the teacher, stood up and clapped with a standing ovation. And it was that point I saw her courage more than I had ever seen it before. And that line, "No regrets." She walked out of there, and the next day we came down, and there was her name on the sheet that she had made it.
But no regrets did not mean no problems.
And there were days with the play to where she said, I can't learn that dance, Mom, it's too hard." Her friends would be down on their knees, moving their feet, and she would be down on her knees, touching their feet, feeling how those steps are going. Because with dance, you take it for granted that you feel beat and you can see how things are moving. And she would come home and she would cry and we would say, "Get up. You get in there, you started it, you can do it. You know you can do it." And there are people who you inspire every day, and there are people who inspired you to get in the play. So don't let anybody down. Don't let yourself down. You get in there and you fight.
It's part of her that makes you feel at ease. You know that, yeah, this is something unique about her, but don't treat me with kid gloves. Don't treat me as though I can't do something. I'm a competent human being, and we all just kind of fell into that.
But there's so many ways for a deaf-blind person to do stuff. Like your hands are your main way of seeing the world. So when I go rock climbing, I don't need to see the wall. I'll ask my brother how high it is, but I don't, look up or look down or whatever. But I don't need to see to do those things. I don't need to see to ski. I don't need to see to rock climb. I don't need to see to do horseback riding. There's so many other ways to do things besides with your eyes. if you set goals and set limits, then you can accomplish more than what you think you can. And there are people that help you with that.
And while Burgon hopes to be a support for others, her own family has been there for her every step of the way.
Everything squared up.
Yeah. Okay. They let me go skiing and rock climbing, and my brother takes me all the time. It's just, they just didn't let me, just because I have disabilities or disadvantages or whatever, they didn't let that stop me from having a full life.
If she wanted to ride a horse, get her on the horse. If she wanted to learn how to ski, we got her on the skis. And everything that she's done so far, she's loved it. We just never said no.
The celebrations too are things that bring her freedom. The hearing aids, the braille, the cane, every little step. You just see her guitar. The first time she played guitar, it was like, oh, this is so cool. And it's just one of those just little parts of the big quilt of her life, you know, that every little stitch makes just that beautiful quilt.
Friends and family say Burgon Jensen understands, as Helen Keller once said, "The world is full of suffering, but it is also full of the overcoming of it."
She taught me a lot. She really taught me a lot about life and about what's really important. Because when you can't see and you can't hear, so many things fall by the wayside, and it's just the important things come out, and it's all about the relationship and the love that you share.
Burgon's incredible young lady. She's one of those individuals that has been dealt some trials and tribulations, and she's one that's decided she's going to make lemonade out of her lemons.
But as we all know, life isn't solely made of peaches and cream, and sometimes there just isn't enough sugar to sweeten all the lemons. But whether that's good or bad, according to Burgon, it's all in how you look at it.
I'm not useless. I'm just like them. I can do anything they can. I like to go rock climbing with my brother. I love poetry and reading. Let's see. I love to ski in the wintertime. I do just about anything anybody else can do, sometimes just in a different way.
We tend to look at someone who's got some specific, situation or condition, think, oh my, they're made of glass and they're fragile. We're going to break them if we treat them normally.
So what does it mean to be normal? Or as Burgon puts it, just like them.
I don't think I'm handicapped at all. I think there has to be something like where you can't even control your body or something. That's when I think handicap should be used, but not for people like my friends and I. We do just about anything everybody else does.
Unfortunately, she was born with this disability, and you can look at things two ways, I think, and that wishful thinking, you can wish all day long and it's not going to change, but the cards that you're dealt with, I guess, in life, she's done very well with them and has been an example and really taught me.
Don't be so hard on yourself, because you can do just anything you want to if you put your mind to it.
Is it our goal to be normal? What then is beauty if not something more than normal? Is it all relative? Helen Keller said the best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart.
She doesn't know brand names one from another. She doesn't know if your hair is streaked. Skin color, things like that make absolutely no difference to Burgon. And she almost feels like it's a gift. We often wonder how we look in her eyes, but I think the world looks a lot more beautiful from her perspective.
Where's the playground? Show us. Okay, let's go for it.
I'm known by by most as the blind girl, by others the girl that can't see. When I walk with the aid of a cane, but that's all people really know about me. You may see me walking unnoticed somewhere, or maybe just sitting alone. My courage is constantly tested, and my flame of hope is frequently blown. You may see me smiling at nothing, and usually I don't say a word. But please don't get the wrong impression, because this doesn't mean I'm unheard. I'm willing to speak to those who listen. I'm willing to listen to those who speak. I want to help those who stand in the shadows. I want to give strength to the weak. I was sent here with eyes that couldn't possibly judge, to teach people the meaning of the word sincere. Because in the end, what you see can often deceive you, and things aren't always what they appear. So now you know my story, why by some I'm known as the blind girl, by others the girl that can't see. When I walk with the aid of a cane, but now you know so much more about me.